Check this out, guys. We finally got some updates on the Angry Birds Movie 3, and they just announced that the film will be coming 2027. I thought it was going to be 2026, since that's going to be a big year for big movies, such as sequels and new animated and live-action stuff, but okay, we're giving 2027 some big stuff for films, which I like. Let's not make 2026 just the big year for movies. Let's squeeze in 2027 and make that the big year for movies too. Now, there's some catch. There's a catch to the Angry Birds Movie 3. We're going to be having some new actors. We got the original actors from the original films, but we got some new people. Yeah, we got the same old cast from the other films. We just got some new people. I know who Keke Palmer is. And there's a few recognizing people that I may not know. I might have to Google them up, something. Yeah, maybe I do recognize some of these guys. I don't know. Yeah, I might have to Google up some of these actors. And there's the official logo. Now, there's one thing that's kind of different about this, is that Paramount is going to be the one to own this film. I thought Sony owned the first two films. What, did Sony, did they lose the rights? Now Paramount is the now owner of the Angry Birds Movie 3, but Sony was in charge of the first two, but now Paramount is in charge of the third one, which I don't know. Like, it's not the same without having the same. Don't you just hate when studios try not to come back to distributing a film? Don't you just hate when that happens? They did it with all the Paddington movies. I think Paddington 2 was owned by Warner Brothers, and then the third one was owned by Sony. The first two Angry Birds movie was made by Sony. Now Paramount is in charge. Like, I don't know. What's the point of Paramount owning the rights to the Angry Birds Movie 3 if they didn't even own the first two? Like, that's crazy. And I don't know how that's gonna go. Like, that, I guess that means the first two Angry Birds movies should be remade. No, they shouldn't be what I'm trying to say is, the first two Angry Birds movies should be owned by Paramount. And judging for how we've already saw the other Angry Birds movies with the Sony logo, that clearly knows that Sony still owns the rights. But it's like, if they do re-release these movies in theaters, they're going to have to put the Paramount logo instead of the Sony logo. Like, how does that work? Sony already owns the Angry Birds movie. How are they just going to give up their rights? And maybe their license expired for this franchise, and that's why they're going to Paramount. But you've already made the movies with your logo in it. That's like saying you're going to have to re-edit the movie and put the Paramount logo. That's what I'm trying to say. You'll have to re-edit the movie and put the Paramount logo, not the Sony logo. Will they do that? I don't know. Unless Sony is just going to keep the first two and just let another company go ahead and be in charge of the third one. Like, I don't know. I don't like how that's going. Like, if you made the first two films, you might as well just keep going with the studio that owns it. I don't understand that. But we finally got some updates. Oh, that's not supposed to be there. And yes, Sonic and SpongeBob are Paramount too. Darn, Paramount wants to own everything. And I thought Disney wants to own everything. I'm surprised Disney didn't own this. But thank goodness they don't. Disney owns enough stuff. Who knows what they're going to want to buy next. I wouldn't be surprised. That's called greedy for cash. That's called cash. That's called cash greedy. Anyway, we finally got some cast announcement, and it's coming out 2027. So what do you guys think? Are you guys going to check this out? Because I do. I love the first two films. They were funny as heck. And I even made my own parody called The Mad Turkeys, which was 9 years ago. And you know what? Before you guys ask, yes, I will remake the movies with my own version, The Mad Turkeys. Just to be an honor to see this new third film, I will be remaking the Mad Turkeys movie, and also the Mad Turkeys movie 2. I did it before. I can do it again. All I gotta do is just make the characters. Wait, I don't have to make them. I already have them. It's just been years since I've ever made them. But anyway, thank you guys for hearing the news with me. Thank you.